Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'd like to thank everybody that took the time to watch my Fast Lane preview and prediction special. And with as much fun as I had doing that, there will definitely be a WrestleMania preview and prediction special. But back to Fast Lane, we most certainly had our highs and we had our lows. And I know everyone is talking about Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and the title situation, and I will most certainly get into that conversation during this road to WrestleMania. But I want to talk about one of the bigger lows of the night, and that is Bray Wyatt and by extension the Wyatt family. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me four times, then I'm a fool that just wants to be fooled. Bray Wyatt has fallen into the category of wrestlers that you say, boy, what could WWE have been if they would have just given that guy the ball just once? Going back to 2 years ago, Bray Wyatt feuded with John Cena at WrestleMania, and by all intents and purposes, he was white hot and over with the crowd. But they made that WrestleMania all about John Cena's legacy. Give me a break. And John Cena won the match and eventually got the better of Bray Wyatt in the feud. The next year, he feuded with The Undertaker, and by all intents and purposes there, Bray Wyatt carried the entire feud on the mic all the way up to WrestleMania. But the thinking there was that Undertaker couldn't lose two straight times at WrestleMania, and Bray Wyatt ended up being the guy that was sacrificed because of it. Then, after that, they made Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family look strong once again as they carried Undertaker out of the arena after his final match with Brock Lesnar. They had me excited again, but they squandered that when they had the Wyatt family lose to Undertaker and Kane at Survivor Series, which brings us to this current build to WrestleMania. As I mentioned in my Fastlane preview and predictions, I am a gullible wrestling fan because when they had Bray Wyatt hit the sister Abigail on Brock Lesnar and they had him stand tall over Brock Lesnar on the go home show to the Royal Rumble, I was excited once again. I thought that we were building to Bray and Brock at WrestleMania and that Bray would finally get that career defining win at WrestleMania. And while that still could happen, I just don't see it happening after what we saw at Fastlane. The Wyatt family losing to Big Show, Kane, and Ryback was the most puzzling result of the night, in my opinion. Because, I mean, it's not like Big Show, Kane, and Ryback need some kind of momentum heading into WrestleMania. So that makes the result all the more questionable. But the bigger problem is that I cannot take what the Wyatts do at WrestleMania seriously after that loss because it cuts off whatever momentum that they previously had after eliminating Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble. It makes them look like a joke. They say that WWE has a problem with making stars, and it's because of things like this. It's not about a stupid imaginary reaching of the brass ring. It's about giving 50-50 booking to a guy that was once on the edge of stardom. I mean, how long can you continuously mess with the guy's momentum before fans just start to give up on him? And this is a huge problem for WrestleMania. I mean, at what point does WWE say that, these part timers are great, but we cannot rely on them forever? We need to give the ball to these young guys and let them prove that they can carry out WrestleMania. We see some guys get a chance, and in the case of Roman Reigns, he's getting the chance, but he's getting put into positions to fail every time. But as for the majority of the roster, they have to deal with 50-50 booking that they just cannot overcome. Which brings me back to Bray Wyatt. I mean, WWE has done a fantastic job of making me want to give up on him completely because they keep snatching the rug up from under him time in and time out. I mean, at this point, I'm tired of seeing the Wyatt family. I'm tired of seeing Bray Wyatt. I mean, we might get a excellent entrance, but at this point, WWE has driven home the fact that nothing they say or do matters. And that's a shame because they are a fantastic group of wrestlers, Braun Strowman withstanding. But for the most part, they're a great group of wrestlers. Bray Wyatt can talk on the mic, and they are intriguing, but WWE is like, you guys can just stay on the back burner. I mean, at this point, every time they make Bray Wyatt or the Wyatt family seem important and they snatch back their momentum, they might as well say this.
Oh, you didn't know?
Geez, it's almost like they enjoy putting the Wyatt family on the string and making them look all important and enticing, and then right when we reach for it, they yank it back, and it's like, we got you. Lastly, as we march on to WrestleMania, it looks like Bray Wyatt is going to be involved in a feud that's not important, and it'll just be a match that'll just take up time for WrestleMania, and I'm sure he'll get a win, but it won't be impactful. And at this point, that's sad to see, but it's definitely not surprising. Well, we've come to the end once again, and it's time for some cheap plugs. You can follow my blog at SwissKnife87.wordpress.com, and then you can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/SwissKnife87. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to this account.